back line, and then another 5 on the line above that, and another one playing as the pseudo forward position, but she's not far enough back to challenge Harris or Weishauer. So they've really compressed the box and are really making it difficult for the Scarlet Hawks to get much of anything going offensively. But I'm sure they won't be disappointed with their effort here today, as they've probably got 98 to 99% of the possession time here in this game so far in the first 75 plus played, as Tellez has the ball.
You're listening to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's not just sports, it's a way of life. Welcome to the Backstage Radio Show. I'm your host, Hugo Castillo, with Jason Third. Hello. Matt Meliska. Hey. And today we are going to be talking all about the NHL preseason. It's wrapping up. The NHL regular season just right around the corner. We're going to be talking about NHL transactions, as all 31 NHL teams are trying to get their roster down to the correct roster size. We're also going to be hitting all the random NHL hits and takes. This is the Backskate Radio Show. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, man. Can't complain about you.
Yeah, it's almost hockey's. There's one more sleeps until the hockey's, and let me tell you, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm burning. There's a heat in my heart, and it's beating.
Yeah, everyone's ready. Let's be real here.
All right, so
it's time.
Tomorrow is the start of the regular season. There's 4 games tomorrow, but before we get into tomorrow's action, we do have to recap the NHL preseason, because that's a thing. This is kind of preseason, one of those things where teams can do really well and then it does not translate to anything. Pretty much. I mean, evidence here. We'll go through each of the conferences. We'll start West or East, guys. West or East? All right, East.
I'll leave that up to you.
All right, we'll go East. All right, so at the bottom of the bottom, well, I guess we'll go with the Metropolitan Division. At the bottom, the Pittsburgh Penguins went 2-3-1. They not too good.
Wow.
They scored 24 goals. Had given up only 20, so they actually are a plus, and they are at the bottom of the standings. So there's that. Columbus went 3-5. Not a big deal. They only played. It's so weird too. Some teams played 6. Some teams played 8.
Well, we saw the teams with 8 were the Kraft Hockeyville teams, though,
yeah,
right?
And then some.
If they did a special game or something,
Yeah, so some of these teams played a little bit less than somebody else, so this standing is kind of weird. Columbus played 8 of those games. They went 3-5, scored 21 goals, 32 against. Not good. Washington went 2-3-2. Doesn't really matter. New Jersey Devils went 2-2-2. The Rangers went 3-2-1. The Flyers went 4-3-1. The New York Islanders went 5-3, and the Carolina Hurricanes went 5-0-1.
Is this real life?
They've won the preseason the last 3 years in a row.
Congrats! You can hang that banner, Hurricanes.
When's the parade?
Oh, well, that's just the Metropolitan. Let's go over the main division in hockey. The best division in hockey, the Atlantic Division.
Right.
All right. At the bottom, we have the Ottawa Senators, who played 6 games. They went 2-4. They allowed 11, or they scored only 11 goals. Oh my Lord!
Get used to that.
They scored only 11
seriously.
goals, and they let in 17. Oh my gosh, 11 goals. That's not good.
Yeah.
The Florida Panthers went 3-4. They played 7 games. They scored 19, let in 26. The Buffalo Sabres went 3-4. They scored 20 goals. Buffalo. Montreal went 4-3. They scored. Buffalo didn't do too bad, or Montreal didn't do too bad. They scored 21 goals. They only allowed 19. Tampa Bay went 4-3. The Bruins. They went 5-1-2. They scored 24 goals. The Toronto Maple Leafs. They went 6-2. They scored 29 goals, allowed 22. And I'm gonna let you guys guess. Who do you think is this last team on the Atlantic? Only one team. Can you guess the one team? That's a negative.
If I was really paying attention so far, then
All right,
could
that's
guess
a
it.
negative.
Was it the-
Detroit.
Oh,
Detroit went 7-1-0. They scored 32 goals.
8 of them in one game.
They did. Right, they did score 8 in one game.
Thank God that didn't count.
They scored 32 goals, let in only 24. Pretty good record for them. So that's in the East. So the winner of the East is your Detroit Red Wings.
Pass.
That's gonna be a no for me, Doug. All right, so now we'll go to the Pacific. The Pacific. Two teams are at the bottom of the Pacific with only one win. Can you guess those two teams?
Vegas and LA.
All right, your guess.
Phoenix, or I guess Arizona now, actually,
Okay, Phoenix and who?
and the Canucks.
All right, you got one right, and you got one right, and we'll combine those two. LA and the Canucks each had one win. LA went 1-6-1. The Canucks went 1-6-0. Oh Lord. Oh God. All right. So the Canucks only scored 11 goals and they let in 30. They have a minus 19 goal differential. Ouch. The LA Kings. They scored 18 goals. They let in 32. Not too good.
That's Jonathan Quick's number.
You're right. The San Jose Sharks went 2-3 and 1, and they let in. They went even. They went 25 and 25. Everyone else went 4-3. Vegas Golden Knights went 6-1-0. Along with the Edmonton Oilers went 6-1.
I was way off on that.
Yeah,
That's kind of the opposite end, huh?
Yeah. The Oilers scored 34 goals, as well as the Vegas Golden Knights scored 34. The Oilers let in 19, and the Knights let in 16. So pretty decent preseason for them. In the Central Division, who's at the bottom, guys? Let's take a guess. Who's at the bottom of the Central Division?
Colorado.
It starts with a C.
It's us.
It's the Chicago Blackhawks who went 2-4-0. They only scored 10 goals.
Well, I'm sorry that we didn't play our big guns every game.
No, they scored. They scored 19 goals, 20-21 against. Minnesota Wild went 2-4-1. The Colorado Avalanche went 3-3, as well as the Nashville Predators went 3-3. Winnipeg and the Blues went 4-3, and the Dallas Stars went 4-2-1.
Don't get used to that either.
So preseason really means nothing.
Exactly.
If this was real life, if this was actual regular season, the Detroit Red Wings will be leading by 2 points. They went 7-1. The Carolina Hurricanes would be going 5-0-1. Dallas Stars 4-2-1, and the Edmonton Oilers and the Vegas Golden Knights would be tied in points with 6-1-0.
The only one out of those teams that makes sense for them to actually be there is Vegas.
I think Oilers are going to have a good season. I don't know. We'll talk
Yeah, I
about
think
it.
the Oilers are going to rebound.
I hope. I mean,
There's I don't know. I always say,
What do they do? Start over again if they don't?
I don't know.
If they don't rebound? Like
I don't know what you do.
trade Connor McDavid.
Team's so weird. They need to have a good team. All right, so now for the players and the player points of the preseason, the best players points of the preseason. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, I'll give you guys 2 guesses for number 1 and 2, or unless you guys already pulled it up. If you pulled it up, then you're cheating. You can't answer.
I
this
didn't.
question.
I don't have it up.
I give you 2 guesses then.
Oops.
2
For
guesses.
most points.
Yeah.
Tavares.
Eh.
No. I'm
Yeah,
shocked.
No. That's a no.
Most points.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's tied. They both play on the same team, and they're both tied with 11 points in 4 games. Plays in the Pacific. All right. Yeah, you look like you're going to say something any day now.
Jonathan Marchessault.
You are wrong.
Brent Burns.
You are wrong, too. It's Connor McDavid, who has 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points, and my boy.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins.
Nope. The rat trick, Ty Ratty. 7 goals, 4 assists.
Ty Ratty.
Ratty, you remember that name? I remember that name. He
Wow.
played on the.
See, that's
St. Louis Blues,
how
huh?
much preseason hockey matters. Ty Ratty is
He
lighting
played.
it up.
He know what? But he had a fantastic end of the season with the Oilers last year, and I think he didn't even really play with Connor McDavid. 3 of the 4 games he played were not with Connor McDavid. So I know it's only preseason, but at the same time, 4 games, 11 points, it's pretty good. Last season, I think he had 18 points in 20 games to finish out the season playing with McDavid. I hope that he's 25 now. He's bounced around the league. He was with the Oilers. He was with the Oilers. He was with the St. Louis Blues.
Yep.
He's been up and down the system. I think he was on Calgary for a little bit. Probably could be wrong. But I'm happy to see him. I liked him. He was on the Winter Hawks at almost.
Is that the
10
Portland Winter
Portland
Hawks?
Winter Hawks almost 10 years ago now. But I remember him playing there. He was really. I was a youngin', and I remember him. He looked just like Patrick Kane. He had the weird hair going. Patrick Kane had the weird curly hair. But good for him. I'm glad he got it. Philip Forsberg had 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. Kyler Yamamoto of the Edmonton Oilers. They played 6 games, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Pretty decent.
Yamamoto, is that what you said his name is?
Kyler Yamamoto.
Yamamoto, I got it right. How about that?
Kyler Yamamoto. I think the biggest, I guess if we're talking about preseason wise, I think who needed to make an impact was Jesse Puljujarvi. He was drafted 3rd overall, 4th overall a couple seasons ago by the Edmonton Oilers. So I think it's if you have a guy in Ty Ratty who's pretty much taking your position on the top wing spot, you have Kyler Yamamoto who's drafted. I think he was also maybe 5th or maybe he was 10th overall a couple seasons ago. You have Jesse Puljujarvi, who is now slotted in at 3rd line right wing. It's kind of heading towards that Yakupov situation where he's now not saying that he's like a boss, but I mean, when you're 21 years old, and I think that you're a highly touted prospect, if you were drafted in the top 5, you should at least have, I would say, at least 150 games under your belt already.
I mean, I would think so.
I would have to look at his stats, but he's not even in the top 25 in points right now for even preseason. I'm not sure how much he played. I'm gonna look it up right now, but it's still a big surprise that you have a player of his caliber not essentially living up to the hype. And I don't see where he fits in this lineup. If things go wrong, let's say if Ty Ratty doesn't play well, then he moves up there and he gets his chance again. But he's like 6 foot. He's 6'4", and he doesn't skate well. And if you're gonna play with Connor McDavid, I think you have to skate a little.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You have to be a little quick.
Kind of got to be good at that.
So I don't know. This is a big year for Jesse Puljujarvi, and he wasn't even one of the best right wingers on the team. That's his position. So anyway, Kyler Yamamoto, 6 goals, 3. Good for Kyler Yamamoto last year too. He played only 9 games, got sent back down to the minors. So they might have a fantastic 2 additional players. Oilers fans were complaining all this offseason that they didn't make any moves, that they were like, our team sucked and we didn't do anything about it. You get Ty Ratty, who's scoring you 11 points. I know it's preseason, but let's just say he scores 50 points. That's another 50 points to your season. You have Kyler Yamamoto, who adds, let's just say, another 50 points. That's already 100 more points than you had last year in your lineup, and you only had you had 3 guys over 50 points last year. So
yeah,
that's a pretty big addition, I'd say. So I wouldn't be too worried about depth scoring. And even if Jesse Puljujarvi has a breakout season, if he gets you 50 points, that's a playoff roster right there, I'd say. So good for them. Our boy Barzal, 8 assists, no goals. The New York Islanders faithful are relying on Barzal.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
He'll start lighting the lamp though. He'll be fine.
All right, so there's a guy here. There's a guy in Tampa Bay. He's a right winger on Tampa Bay. You guys have the stats pulled up? No? Okay, if you don't have them pulled up, can you guys give me a guess who this guy on Tampa Bay is? Who led the Tampa Bay Lightning in scoring in the preseason? One guess from each of you guys. 3, 2.
Hold on, give me a second.
1.
Yanni Gord?
You're wrong. Your choice. Your turn.
Ooh, I was gonna guess Yanni Gord.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. Matthew Joseph.
It was not even close.
Matthew Joseph led the
We
Tampa.
could have sat here this whole show and not got that name.
Yeah, Matthew Joseph. He led the Tampa Bay Lightning in points. He had 4 goals, 4 assists for 8 points. Matthew Joseph. Let's see. He made the final cut with the Lightning. What else is this? Where is he from? He was drafted in the 4th round, 128th overall in the 2015 NHL draft. So, hey, another pick for the Lightning, maybe panning out again. It's preseason, but he's made the final cuts in for the make the roster this year. So again, it's another big piece to the Lightning who are already stacked. Now imagine if they have Gord, this guy Joseph. Like these guys are just random dudes. Again, Palat was a random guy.
Braden Point's kind of a random
Yeah,
Braden
that's
Point.
the name I was looking for.
Yeah, Braden
earlier.
Point. I mean, they got Sergachev for
Drew
pretty much nothing.
Not
on defense.
anymore.
Man, they're too good. Tampa Bay just keeps getting these players. All right, Jonathan Marchessault, he scored 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Who else? We got Mitch Marner who had 8 points, Slavin 8 points. Cam Atkinson had a good preseason. He played 3 games, had 3 goals, 4 assists. So good on him. Carolina, Warren Foegele.
Never heard of the
Warren
guy.
Foegele, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. He made the final cuts for the Carolina Hurricanes.
How'd you even know how to say that name?
I don't know. I just say them and I hope they're right. I don't know.
Fair enough.
You know what? Foegele. I think I did hear it. I think I heard it somewhere. I don't know. It looks like it's Foegele, doesn't it? Foegele. It looks like it. I don't know. Clayton Keller had 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. Well, I want to see who was the worst plus-minus player.
Oh, man, you got to watch out for fellow Polak here, Dennis Chalowski, defenseman for the Wings.
Oh, yeah. He
Dennis Jalowski.
Hey, he made
Wow.
the
Racking up 6 points here in the preseason.
Well, him and Anthony had a pretty good preseason. Oh man, Bo Horvat. I want to see who had the no points. Who played the most games had the worst points. Oh boy, JT Brown, Minnesota.
Okay.
1 point.
All right, cool.
-5. All right. Well, I mean, out of the preseason, I think the biggest surprise though is Ty Ratty. I mean, it's a big thing for Edmonton. I was saying earlier for them to get a big addition there with Ty Ratty. If the Carolina Hurricanes again, they went 6-0. When they went 6-0-1, very very good preseason for them. I'm not sure if this again doesn't really say that they're gonna do this season. Detroit Red Wings had a pretty good preseason too. They're also playing without Matt Green. Where do you in the Atlantic? Do you guys think that the Red Wings can make the playoffs in the Atlantic?
Absolutely
No,
not.
not a chance.
Not a chance.
I don't want to say they don't have a chance. I think out of all, if we're talking about teams, who would be your
They're going to need essentially all their players to really overachieve to get in this year. You see that happening? Because I don't.
I think if Larkin can have a good year, if Athanasiou who's going to be playing a lot more center because Zetterberg's out, he's younger. He wasn't getting a lot of chances because it was Larkin, Zetterberg. You have Athanasiou who is fast, he's quick, he has very good hockey sense, hockey IQ. And I do think that if he gets a good season, then a lot of the Wings around. I mean, they sent down Zadina, who needs to work on his confidence, that they said.
His confidence. Wasn't he the one that said he's going to be filling everyone's nets with pucks this year?
I don't know. I think as the games went on and they weren't coming for it, like the puck wasn't going to him, and he wasn't seeing the ice well. He only had like 2 assists anyway, and he played like 6 games. So they gave him a chance. I mean, you don't make the cuts in the preseason, you're going to end up going down. But he's being sent to the AHL. So he's 18-year-old playing in the AHL, so there's that option.
Really excited to see how Henrik Zetterberg does this year.
And I'm upset.
Sorry, too soon.
It is too soon. No, but I wish the best for that. All right. Out of all the Atlantic teams, you have Ottawa, Florida, Buffalo, Montreal, Tampa Bay, Boston, Toronto, Detroit. Who do you guys have for surprise out of there? If you were to choose one team out of that division to make the playoffs, like a New Jersey or Colorado last year.
Okay.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
I mean, because I don't see like the Canadians surprising anyone. They're just where they haven't had a goal scorer in years. They were awful last year. They had kind of, I mean, if it wasn't for the Senators and that complete dumpster fire that they are, they would have had a pretty bad offseason.
Yeah, if I were to choose a team,
or I should say they did have a bad offseason, but it kind of got overshadowed by what went on in Ottawa.
Yeah, I don't know. They're I think they're both so bad. I would choose a team in the Atlantic. I think Montreal. I would choose Montreal. As much as that pains me to say, I know everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, I mean, are you going to say that like Carey Price is just going to have an insane year?
If Carey Price can win you 20 games. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean the offense.
It's a fourth-year season essentially.
They're not gonna not score goals in a game. Eventually, they gotta break out. I think Cotton and Akemi, KK. I think KK had a
Kotkaniemi?
Kotkaniemi. Kokaneni.
We could just have our whole show with him just trying to pronounce his name.
I can pronounce vocally.
We should have a segment. We'll just go find like random hockey players, print out the name list, and have him try and pronounce it.
Kokaneni.
That'll be our cantina.
All right, no, for real. KK. He played really well. He had a +5. I think that shows he had a good two-way game. If he can have a year like Heeshire had last year, I think that maybe you get 50, maybe 55 points out of a center. I think Gallagher played really well with him, and that's all I can really think of on Montreal's team. But I don't know. I don't think they're bad, yes, but I don't think they're good defensively as a team. And if Price is good, they can keep him in 1 or 2 goal games. So there's that. I would choose Montreal. Who do you choose?
I would go with the Florida Panthers. The only stipulation
would
to
that
this
be considered a surprise, though?
Not really a surprise.
with them missing the playoffs last year by just that little smidge, it will be a surprise considering that Ekblad and Yandel are both hurt.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no.
Obviously Ekblad's coming back from that punch to the face by
Yeah. Well, I guess last
Ty
year
Domi. No, I'm kidding. It's Max Domi. But
nobody expected them to do so bad in the first half of the season last year, and then to win or to lose only a handful of games towards the end. So yeah, I would go with that. It's a good surprise.
And they got Blackhawks legend Troy Brouwer too.
They do. All right, in the Metropolitan Division,
Troy Brouwer used to be one of my favorite players on the Hawks.
I have a signed stick.
I just love the way he played the game back then, but then it's like he just quickly died out.
He's down. All right, in the Metropolitan Division, we got Pittsburgh, Columbus, Washington, New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, New York Islanders, and the Carolina Hurricanes. Biggest surprise, Matt?
I really don't see anyone surprising here. Unless maybe the Islanders. Maybe the Islanders will be slightly better than people think. Because the Rangers are rebuilding, so I don't think they're going to be very good this year. Hank's getting older in that. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to see a surprise team in that division. I mean, the Hurricanes aren't.
I disagree. I go with the Hurricanes.
You think so?
I think so. I think this.
Okay.
I think this is the year. I think this is
not off to a good start with Darling being hurt now. So
yeah, but they got
McElhinney.
They got Leafs legend Curtis McElhinney. He's a good backup, Annie.
I'm gonna go with a surprise for a different reason.
Okay.
I think Columbus is gonna show us how bad they can be this
year.
All
right. I like where you're going with that.
Bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe me. I know they have all this scoring.
A bad surprise.
With Panarin,
I like it.
With Panarin, they have Bobrovsky and net, but I just feel like there's going to be a lot of guys who are going to underachieve on the team this year.
Okay.
Well, not only that, Seth Jones is out.
Right.
Ryan Murray as well.
Ryan Murray, so that's pretty much 2 of your top 4 defensemen. Werenski's coming back from an injury, so I don't know how well he is. But I don't count out Bobrovsky. I don't.
I don't either.
I
I'm
don't.
just saying.
And I think that their offense, you have Boone Jenner. I think Axon's going to have a very good bounce back season. Wenberg's another year older, a good center there. I don't know. Maybe even Dubinsky can pitch in 45 points if you really
Good
want.
luck with that.
I mean, Panarin's going to give you points there.
Maybe.
I think Borkstrand. I just can't see them being a bad team versus everything would have to go wrong. And I mean, when Seth Jones come back, you're going to have one of the best pairings in the NHL right now, in Werenski and Seth Jones. I think if Seth Jones wasn't injured, I think he would be getting a lot more Norris Trophy looking at.
It'll be interesting to see the dynamic of this team because, and we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago, with the fact that Bobrovsky and Panarin probably aren't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see if they're going all out this year, especially if something goes wrong at the beginning.
They want money. They have to have good years to get the monies. I mean, this is contract year, boys. This is Panarin. Panarin puts up 90 points. This dude's getting paid. This dude's getting $9 million. He's getting $9 million. He's that much of an impact player. But
I think he'll get more than that.
You think he's getting more than $9 million?
Depending on the year he has. If he has a really bad year, I could see him taking a 1 or 2 year deal. That way, no. Hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. He takes a 1 or 2 year deal, takes a bet on himself that he can get more money, comes back the next 2 years.
This was the bet deal. This was the bet deal.
Yes and no.
Because he signed, a 2 year deal with the Hawks, right? 2-3 year deal?
2 year deal.
And this is the bet. He's 27 years old now. He proved himself with the Hawks for 2 years. If he proves it with the Columbus Blue Jackets for 2 years, that's 4 years in the league with 70 points each season, right? 70 plus points each season. He's already proven.
This is the last. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's end of the 4 year deal. Okay.
Yeah, this is the prove it. He had, like I said, if he gets 90 points or 85 and above points, this guy is gonna get $9 million. I can't see paying more than $9 million for a winger, but he's gonna ask for at least 7 years. 7, and he gets it with Columbus 8 years, 7-8 deal year. That's other contract. You look at Bobrovsky already getting paid $7.2 million, right? Yeah. If he has a .930 save percentage this year, and he's 29 years old, he's going to be 30. He's probably going to get maybe a 6 year deal somewhere. If he signs it with Columbus, this dude's 10.5.
Maybe you'll get lucky and maybe he'll sign it with Toronto.
Oh, wow. We have Freddie for $5 million, which is insane.
For now, you do.
Whatever. But no, I mean, Bobrovsky is seriously, that whole contract situation is pretty crazy. But I do respect your opinion. All right, going.
That's the first.
Going into the Western Conference, the Central, with the Chicago Blackhawks, Minnesota Wild, Colorado, Nashville, Winnipeg, St. Louis, and the Dallas Stars. Surprise, James.
I'm not going to be a homer and pick.
Yeah,
the
I'm
Hawks.
not. I can't say the Hawks either.
There's, like we said, there's too many questions.
Yeah.
I think the Dallas Stars surprises us all, and they squeak into the playoffs this year.
You know why? Because they got traded Leafs legend Connor Carrick. There's just a whole bunch of Leafs given out. Leafs are just, you get a Leaf, you get a Leaf, you get a Leaf. Leafs legend Connor Carrick.
If I had to pick a team other than the Hawks, because I feel like there is a chance that Crawford comes back, and if he can return to form, pre-injury form,
he
gives that team a shot. Yeah,
but as far as everything else, you need Brandon Saad didn't have a good preseason. You need him to score. Dylan Sakura was a guy who was hyped up to be, a potential top 6 forward and a guy who you expected to make the team out of camp, and he didn't. He was one of the first guys cut, if I believe, right?
How did Highmore get cut?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He had a good camp. I thought he looked good.
I mean, and I liked Cahoon.
First line winger Cahoon.
Yeah, I mean,
don't talk down.
Everybody. I mean, and you talked about hyping up Sakura, and everybody wanted to hype up Victor Edsel too.
Yeah.
And these guys, granted, they don't have a lot of NHL experience, but it's like at the same time, you got to let these guys develop as well. And I think
Edsel did not have a good two-way game. He was not good in his own end at all. There was a lot of times.
And as we all know under Q, if you're not good in your own end, you're not making the team.
Yeah, you're not.
He was
playing.
all over the place,
Boyd.
I mean, when you're watching those games, it's like he's a left wing, right?
Yeah.
He's playing left wing. He's supposed to cover. Your job as a winger is you're supposed to be covering your F5 with your left corner, your defenseman, your right defenseman. You cover the right defenseman. There was times where he's just skating on the boards or he slides up trying to cherry pick.
Whee!
And it's like you don't have defensemen who can get you the puck up. First off,
yeah.
I mean, and it's preseason, dude. So
that's a good point too.
Like,
really, who's passing you the puck up there? And you cherry pick?
Nobody's doing that. And it's in the middle of a shift where it'll be 3 minutes in their own zone. You have this dude hanging up by the blue line.
Like he's Patrick Kane or something.
Yeah.
True. But I don't know. I understand that. I think.
But even Kane learned the hard way that he has to play in his own end.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you win 3 cups. Makes sense. Had to play some kind of defense.
But before that, him and Versteeg used to do all that cherry picking, and I remember Quenneville benched them both a couple times during the course of a game. So they got the message.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that's something you have to learn to play for the Hawks.
So you say Dallas. Who you
got? I guess. Oh man, this is gonna pain me to do it, but I guess the Blues. I think the Blues really improved themselves this offseason, and they're gonna get back into the playoffs.
All right. I say that I'm gonna go with the Hawks, man. I honestly do think.
Listen to this.
I know. All right, hear me out. So this is why I think the Hawks might be a surprise. So you got Minnesota, and Minnesota's on the downturn, or on the downswing.
You think so?
Ryan Suter, he broke himself.
Prior to now.
He's 34 years old. Broke himself. They rely a lot on him. They don't really have. Brodin can't move the puck. Dumba's a decent puck mover, but he's going to get you maybe 35, 40 points. I think that defense is not good. I think Dubnyk I think Dubnyk's a fantastic goaltender, but I think underneath this scheme that they're going, plus it's the 4th year with Boudreau, and if history counts it right, 4th year of Boudreau is always the worst.
The year he gets fired.
The year he gets fired. His last year of his contract too, by the way. I don't see that. Their offense is kind of iffy. I don't know about Stahl. I don't think Stahl can provide that many goals. I think Coyle will have a good season, but also you got to look at Koivu, who's only got 50 points last season, on the downswing as well. They don't really have a lot of depth on the wings. Niederreiter's overrated. I don't see that. I see them maybe being a wild card. But I think for the Blackhawks, even Colorado had career years out of McKinnon. When McKinnon wasn't in the lineup scoring how many points, they lost a lot of their games. If McKinnon's not on that level again, they're not in the playoffs. So for the Blackhawks, though, I think if you have again, there's a lot of questions, but at the same time for the Blackhawks, you have Taves on the first line, right? Taves is going to play with Kuhn and some other guy.
Probably DeBrincat is what I'm hearing.
When DeBrincat comes back, I think DeBrincat's going to have 60 points. I think Taves would have. Yeah, there you go. I think Taves will have at least 60. I think Taves will have 60 points. I don't know. The right wing doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter. I think Schmaltz is going to take a big step forward. He's going to be playing second line, so it's not too hard teams. He's going to be playing first line power play most likely.
He's going to be playing with Kane.
Exactly.
Here's the thing too with Schmaltz. Is he reminds me a lot of Kane when Kane first broke into the league. You could see the physical skill, the speed, the stick handling, and all that. But Kane loved to pass first.
Yes.
So Schmaltz that's exactly what Schmaltz is. He loves to pass. I can tell you how many times he's passed up on open shots in the last 2 years. Once he learns how to shoot the puck, because he's fine getting into open areas.
Yeah, I mean, he put up, 50 points, 58 points last season?
Yeah, but he just needs to be more aggressive.
So, yeah, if he puts up more points, puts up a little bit more goals, he's going to have 60-point season next. So now we're have three 60-point scorers, potentially. Saad's going to have more than 35 points. Come on, let's be honest. Saad's going to have more than 35 points. If he's a 50-point player,
Schmaltz had 52.
There you go, 52 points. If Saad's going to have more than 35 points,
He better.
He's going to have at least, let's say if he goes back to his career average, which is around 55 points, that's still a decent amount. Kane's going to get you 70-plus points, I think. So that's a good, solid top six. Now, in the bottom role players are not too bueno, but I think
you don't like Krug's coming back.
Oh, but they got my boy Kunitz. Kunitz is down there.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Kunitz is down there. He's a
Kunitz got a little scrap the other day.
He's a man stud. The man muffin. On defense, I think you got to play Seabrook in the top six. Just leave him in the top six. Don't even bring him in the top two or top four. Leave him top six. He's not good enough.
Seabrook, is he cleared to play the season opener?
He's got the flu. I guess he's day-to-day with the flu. I just saw that from Eric Lear of Blackhawks TV.
What happened with the his ab injury that he missed the first part of training camp?
Apparently it's all healed. Everything's fine, but now he has the flu.
All right, well, either way, he comes in, he says top six. I think he could play good. He's still good enough to play top six. You have Murphy. If Murphy comes back later on in the season, that's a solid addition, I think, for your top six, top four. I think Keith is still good enough to move the puck up. He's not going to have a horrible plus-minus season like he had last year. I think the team as a whole realizes where they're at, so they're going to be playing a lot more tighter defensively.
Am I correct that he's going to be playing with Henry Jokiharju?
Yes.
Jokiharju. I love that.
So that'll be quite interesting to see how that goes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Duncan Keith, when he was at his most effective, it's when he could trust his other D partner and he could be more aggressive with the puck.
He didn't shoot the puck last season.
No, but
at all.
I mean, he had an awful shooting percentage too. But you're talking about playing tighter defense. I think if Jokiharju struggles defensively, Keith's going to have to play a little bit more reserved to cover up some of those mistakes. And like I said, Keith is more effective when he is being aggressive with the puck, pushing it up the ice. And he was able to do that when he was paired with Seabrook, when Seabrook was still useful.
Good skate.
And Hjalmarsson, who's one of the best defensive defensemen in the league. And
I think that
last year, I forgot who he was paired with. Was he paired with Murphy last year?
I think so.
For a little bit.
Yeah, because he was paired with Murphy, Seabrook, Ruda.
Yeah, it was a revolving door.
You guys have a lot of the thing. I think you guys are gonna love Brandon Manning. I think Brandon Manning's a fantastic pickup. I think that he might even move into that top four while Murphy's gone. I think just spreading out the minutes on that defense is something that needs to be done versus having, just these two guys on different lines and knowing where Seabrook is in his career and maybe knowing not playing Keith 28 minutes a game. Play him 25. And I know you don't have the players to do that, but you're going to be playing Jokiharju a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Play him 22 minutes, 23 minutes. Throw him out there.
I want to see some improvement from Gustafsson too.
Yeah.
He's fast. He could shoot, I guess, but he is so bad in his own end.
Yeah, the defense is a little. That's why it's kind of iffy. But I think they're going to be relying a lot on team defense versus actual defenders a lot of times. And I mean, if looks like Crawford's coming back on the 18th, you have that big thing going for you too. If he comes back to regular Crawford form, that clears up a lot of your defensive problems. And if the team defense is better, then you're going to have solid goaltending, and then the offense with the top six, and they could spread out that top six too to their lower levels. I think they're a big surprise. Maybe they sneak in the wild card. That's why I think there's a lot of questions about the defense, but I think the forward group is something that will be a lot better than last season. And I think if Crawford comes back, then you're going to have more consistency with the defense, and everyone's going to need to know their role now. Like, you're going to need to know that you aren't as good as you were, and you can't make these passes. So make it easier. If you do 4-foot passes, just quit trying to do these stretch passes that don't work.
Yeah, get your passing percentage up. Absolutely. You mentioned Duncan Keith. Actually, his shooting percentage was 1.1%.
He's horrible.
He took 187 shots last year. That's more than Nick Schmaltz and Alex DeBrincat.
No, then he just sucks shooting.
Who was that, Keith?
Yeah.
He needs to take more accurate shots that lead the rebounds. He needs to get the puck through.
He's
Well, right,
never
absolutely.
really been an accurate shooter, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. Talked about it. I think mine, the Blackhawks. I'm surprised I'm the only one who said Blackhawks.
Well, I was trying not to be a homer today. All right.
All right. Out of the Pacific, we have Vancouver, LA, San Jose, Anaheim, Arizona, Calgary, the VGK, the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Edmonton Oilers.
I have my surprise for this.
What's your surprise? What is your surprise? Please tell us.
I'm going with Biz's team. I'm going with the Coyotes.
The wagons.
I just think
the wild wagons of the West.
We're gonna be a wagon this year.
They're a wagon, bud.
Shut up, Biz.
They're an absolute wagon.
I just think they have young talent that it's about time they start taking that next step, you know? And we talked about Antti Raanta and we did our top goalie list, and we were kind of shocked at his numbers at the end of the year.
Make a save, Raanta.
So I think if Raanta plays as well, and really the team in general plays as well as they did in the second half last year, I think they could be a playoff team.
Yeah, I definitely. I think them not making the playoffs is a bigger surprise than the.
You think so? You think they're at that
they're
point?
not gonna. Yeah. Dude, last season, the latter half of their season, right after January, they were one of the best teams in the NHL.
Yeah,
and I mean, true. And they also, you got to think they did start the season like 0-20.
0-12, I think.
Like, oh my gosh, no team's gonna start 0-20.
Yeah, their first win was against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you can't.
In overtime.
Way to go, Philly.
Let's just say if they went 5-5 during that time, that would have gave them 5 more wins, and they could have snuck into that last wild card spot in the West. I don't think it's a surprise. I think this is a season where Strome needs to step up. Yeah. Keller looks absolutely amazing. That defense is if Churkin,
yeah,
not how Chipchurn. Man, imagine
I think it's Chip Churn.
Imagine if they still had Chip Churn on this team. If Chip Churn and Churkin on the team.
Oh my God!
I thought it was. I thought you were talking about Chip Churn.
No, it's Jacob Chikrin.
Oh, Jacob Chikrin. But
if you had Chikrin and Chip Chura, that's another one where Foley and Enzo's heads would explode.
Chip Chura of the Churkin with the chip in the corner. What a nice goal!
And a young lady from Shawinigan came up with that one.
Yeah, right. All right, now I think a good choice with Arizona. I'm gonna go with man. I don't think there's any real. The only real surprise here, I think, is like Vancouver. Vancouver makes the playoffs, but God, they are bad.
Mm-hmm.
They are bad.
How do you feel about that, Jim?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you about our team. Our team's good. All we have to do is get rid of Gagne. Get rid of some offense to make offense.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
On waivers.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay,
Mike. Okay, you know what? You're right. We're gonna go and get Sam Gagne. When we get Gagne out there, he's a good player. And when good players are good players, they have good sticks. And when they have good sticks, that means you go out there and it's good. Good old play. All right, I'm gonna go get some Timmy's and I'll see you guys after the scrum.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, see you. Have a good show.
Mike Babcock joining the show, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, but for honestly, I think the Pacific's it's not really a surprise. I think the Oilers had a horrible season. Everybody had they had a really bad season. A really
good
bad
catch
season.
there.
Yeah.
Good catch there.
That's the best way I could explain the Oilers season last year. They had the worst penalty kill in NHL history last year.
Yeah.
Their goal, nobody can make a save in net. Their offense was.
See, that's surprising because Cam Talbot, I thought he was supposed to be really good. He was good the year before, right?
Yeah, he was. That's what I mean. But no, the defense, Clefbaum fell off a cliff bomb. To John. What's his name?
Get out.
Larson's not an offensive player. He played really well defensively, but that's all he does. Nobody on that back end was scoring any points. Nobody was passing the puck up well. Their cycle game was horrible. Todd McClellan, he wasn't adjusting well to the game.
Do you guys think McClellan's a good coach, actually?
I don't. I really don't. I don't at all.
You just think he won in San Jose because they just had so much talent?
They did. He never changed his game, which is why they lost They went to the finals, 3 times, or conference finals 3 times under his tutelage. And then after that, it was like they kept doing the same thing, and then they were out of the playoffs. They kept doing the.
You know that's funny because how everyone talks about Bill Belichick's assistants that get hired are bad head coaches. Look at the guys that were under Babcock. You have Todd McClellan.
Well, he's good. He's a good coach. Yes. Does he change his game up when it needs to be changed? No.
But that's bad coaching.
I know, but look at his regular season speaks for himself.
Yeah. All right.
You can't call him a bad coach.
So you had him. You had Paul McLean. Now you have
the Walrus.
Yeah.
Paul McCain he was good for 3 seasons.
They didn't really do much of anything.
They got to. But look at the team that they went to the. I don't know. But back to the. All
right, yeah, we're off topic here.
But what Todd McClellan last year, the Oilers, like I said, he would move Draisaitl from the wing, off the wing, and he did well at the center spot. And then he would move Nugent Hopkins, who did fantastic with McDavid, off that wing to the third line center, and he move up some scrub with McDavid. And it was like, dude, you know what worked. You need points. Get the points. And he didn't do it. He didn't change his game up at all.
They should have put Lucic with David always.
And what's funny is he was actually one of the people who really wanted Lucic on the team. So, and that's not really where I don't know. Lucic, I think Lucic can get back to 50 points, 50, 60 points.
He's been an effective player before. You just got to think, though, as he gets older with his physical style of play, it's going to start wearing him down at some point.
Well, I think it's less about his physical play, and I think it's just where he's positioned on the ice, where you need to put him in positions to win. You can't be playing him on an overload, essentially, with McDavid flying around the ice, and he needs to fly around the ice with him. You can't do that. Park him in front of the net, or move him to the high slot. Let him shoot a shot because he has a hard shot, and then have someone on the right wing for a rebound. I think that's why this Tyratty thing works, because Tyratty floats. Tyratty just floats around, and he just waits for the open man. He gets open. And that's why he's scoring goals. That's why he's getting points. I don't know. That would be the only. There's not really a surprise for me. I don't really have a surprise for the Pacific Division. I think LA looks like a playoff team. San Jose with Carlson, playoff team. If the Ducks can get some scoring, playoff team.
I was gonna say, do you think now with Corey Perry hurt?
Dude, it's the Sam Steele show. It's the Sam Steele show. Did he make the team? I hope he made the team. Hope not being stupid. I hope he made the team. I've looked it up, but it's definitely a Sam Steele show. He's a right winger, young. We talked about this in our previews for the season. Sam Steele he's a dog. I think he flits in. I think he gets 60 points. That's my hot take. Arizona should make the playoffs. I think Calgary should make the play. This whole Pacific Division could literally just have a dogfight for these spots. The only 4 spots available. I think every team besides Vancouver is a playoff team. What about you? What's your surprise?
I mean, you kind of just touched on it, but whatever.
Okay.
You basically just touched on every team. Thanks very much, Doc. As we go inside the glass here, I'm Pierre McGuire. I really like the San Jose Sharks to actually do something this year. Eric Carlson was picked up by the Sharks. Jumbo Joe Thornton just shaved his beard, maybe a little bit lighter. Brent Burns can maybe follow suit there. He just lost about 5 pounds.
Edzo, what do you think about Thornton shaving his beard? Is he going to be able to skate faster?
I don't like it.
So Doc, here's the play in the corner.
Oh, are you talking about Pierre when Pierre talks when he talks to Eddie and then Eddie
asks Eddie these ridiculous questions and Eddie just ignores them.
I thought I was the only one who noticed that.
I know. There's some point where he'd be like, "All right, Pierre. So what about the steaks and the horses?" And it's like,
Carlson gets the puck.
Yeah. What about the scoring? Yeah, I went out there to the field the other day actually. I can't wait. We're gonna when they talk about ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I feel like they talk about ice cream.
Get some soft serve.
Yeah. When you get ice cream, you gotta get the good kind. Or oh man, whenever Ray Ferraro was on it, oh my lord, if you guys listen to TSN or Sportsnet, whenever they do their broadcast, he's like, we had to go out there and get some good ice cream on their dock. I looked on the field. And when I look on the field, I think of soft.
He calls the rink the field.
We gotta go get the ball. And when we get the ball,
touchdown.
It's good possession play. Anyway, back to you, Doc.
Thanks very much, Doc.
I'm like, oh God. All right. When we come back, we're gonna be hitting on all the NHL updates, all the news, and we're at injury update, Hawks news.
And aren't we doing the trophy predictions?
Trophies. Yes, we're talking about a whole bunch of things.
Participation trophies.
We'll be back on the Bag Skate Hockey Radio Show.
This week on Deck, find out if the Caps will finish the Stanley Cup.
It's Ovechkin with the first goal of the game.
Or will the Vegas Golden Knights extend the series?
Welcome to the main event of the evening.
Plus, we get into the NBA Finals. Will the Warriors be back-to-back champs? I'm making people happy. Also, we get into Cubs and Sox baseball. Make sure to tune in On Deck with me, Charles Pryor Ritchie, Sid the Kid, and Corey Barber every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Nothing moves the blog.
At the end of the day, where do you expect the Cubs to be is the best question.
I expect to be in the World Series. I said this before the year started. You weren't here yet, but when I made my prediction for the Cubs, I expect to be in the World Series and lose to Yankees and six.
Give me a break. WORK. They got you if you believed into it. If you bought into it this long, they got you.
The Bob Show with Cedric Farrell and Elijah Richardson, Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the knowledge I received at the Illinois Media School. My 15-year career in radio has been a dream come true. I'm a radio DJ, I'm on the air, and I get to be a program director for 2 radio stations in Wisconsin. My dream became a reality with the Illinois Media School. Illinois Media School is a great school with great teachers and former students now working in the industry today on the radio stations you listen to and on the TV stations you watch every day. Illinois Media School, check it out. For more details, beonair.com.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
John Lennon would like to report. October 6th, Conor McGregor returns to fight undefeated Phenom Khabib Nurmagomedov in Vegas. Will Conor reclaim the lightweight title with a savage knockout, or will Khabib take apart the former champion on the ground and break his will? For all updates on this, predictions for every UFC, Bellator, PFL, LFA, and Invicta FC, plus the most coverage of regional MMA than anywhere else. Listen live Tuesday at 12 p.m. only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
The king is back.
Next time on the warning track, October is right around the corner.
Travis Wood with a home run to left.
The Cubs seem to be pulling away in the Central.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
What can they do to ensure a third straight division title?
There, he's got it. And the Cubs win the Central Division.
For all the latest breaking Cubs and MLB news, check out the warning track with James Hicks III, Tuesdays from 10 to noon on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
You're listening to ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. It's not just sports, it's a way of life.
You feel that? Feel that?
Where's the cantina music?
I think we've had enough of this. All right, we're back. This is the Bag Skates. We're talking all the NHL news right now. We're going to kick it off with the newest captain of the Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens have named Shea Weber their 30th captain in Canadiens history. And the real question here is, how long does he last in Montreal now that he is the captain?
How much longer is he signed for? Like 15 more years?
5, 6, 7,
Okay,
7
close
years.
enough.
7 years. I don't know. He signed an insane contract. Oh, okay. So he becomes the 30th captain of the Montreal Canadiens. Real question is, when does he play? When will he? In December?
Never.
He comes back in December?
Yeah, I forgot he was injured.
It's kind of a strange. It's not strange that you want to name a captain, but I feel like it's weird, right? It's weird that you just like. Obviously, he was going to become the captain. I think as soon as they traded for him, I was like, "Well, he's out. And Pacioretty's out."
Yeah. Who else has been there for a while that's worthy of wearing the C?
Gallagher.
I guess Gallagher.
Like, I think Gallagher is there a while. I mean, you'd hope maybe one day Drouin does it. Probably not. You can't give it to Carey Price, so Shea Weber seems to be the only one to get it. Not much else to say about that, but I thought that was kind of weird, actually.
I have a question. So, if your captain is not playing because of injury and you don't see one on the ice, is the "Who's your captain" chant still relevant?
We can.
Sure.
We shall. We will.
Yeah.
All right. I guess the biggest news, really not a surprise here. Tom Wilson, he's having a hearing tomorrow for his hit on Sundqvist.
Clean.
Oh, he's getting
that's a hefty suspension.
He's getting sussy big time here.
Yeah, he's getting at least, I want to say at least 6 games.
At least, yeah.
6 games. He was suspended 3 times in the last year.
That's the big thing. He's a repeat offender. Everyone knows his style. So
why did he do it? Why would you do that? No one's getting paid money to do this, and everyone's just trying to make the team.
Yep.
Why do you have to go and put on the train tracks and just kill the guy?
He clearly could have avoided him too, or stopped.
I understand that you want to play hard back checking, man, but dude, you know what you're doing, dude. Like everyone plays in this league. Everyone's in this league. Obviously, you're playing for fun, but you're playing for money. You're playing for your family, and you don't want. And nobody wants to get hurt. Do you really have to go out of your way in a preseason game in which you're not getting paid? You're gonna go and hit a guy like that? Like, come on, man. Like, I think. Why would you do that?
Keep your head up.
I know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, I know, but yeah, I understand that. But even so, it's like he came down from the ice and just slammed them. And it's like, it's not the same league as it was 5-10 years ago, where we would all be like, yes, keep your head up. It's not that league anymore. It's more like, hey, yes, keep your head up, but dude, you can't go for those hits.
Right. Yeah.
You can't,
especially knowing now what we know about head injuries and all that. Can't do that.
And no, it's not like he hasn't been in that situation where you're trying to make the team. You know, Sundqvist was traded from Pittsburgh to St. Louis, and he's a younger guy, like 22, 23. And it's ridiculous. It's in a preseason. It's not even a regular season game either.
Right.
It's like, are you kidding me? You're
you're right. I mean, that hits bad enough in a regular season game.
True.
So, although I'm just gonna stop myself right here.
All right. Well,
no, it's okay.
All right. Well, I guess keeping with the Capitals. Did you guys see those shiny rings that they got?
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh,
fantastic.
Boy, I'm looking at them right now. I have so many links open.
I know what I was gonna say. I did see someone on Twitter post a wakey comment after that.
Jeez, that's brutal. All right, but now these rings are really cool. Look, I think these are the coolest looking rings.
Zebra kit.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It feels so unclassy for laughing, but
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. He gets his ring soon though.
Yes.
So these rings are cool. I really do. They have like the Washington Monument in the background. You have the ring as the 3. I still don't know what these 3 stars are on these
it's their rating.
I wonder if that's
it's their rating on Yelp.
Yeah.
No, but I don't.
I wonder if that's a reference to something in the city or the American flag somehow.
I just realized. Look at the Washington Capitals logo. You see how it has it has the eagle with the W.
Yeah.
Did you know that that's like the Washington like the White House like in the middle of it, like underneath the wings?
No.
Yeah, that's the Washington Monument. I just realized that right now. But now for cool rings, definitely. Out of all the rings, I think the Red Wings ones were cool from 2008. I think the Hawks had a cool ones in 2013. Yeah, there you go. Show the fans. I think those were cool. I don't know, but those are some rings there. They're getting the rings soon. We have some retiring players. Scotty Hartnell retires after 17 seasons. Last season he played with the Nashville Predators. Kind of weird to see him retiring. I'm not gonna lie. He's always been one of those players that you kind of see him around. I know him best for his time in Columbus.
He's one of those guys that you love having on your team, but you hate to play against. So I've always liked his style, to be honest. Like, he's not afraid to get in there and mix it up, but he can make plays too, or he could. He's retired now, not making any more plays now, but
he was good. I mean, he had 707 points. He had 327 goals, 380 assists, 1,809 penalty minutes.
Wait, you just said you remembered him from his time in Columbus?
Yeah, his time. That was a joke. It was a joke. I remember him best for his time in Columbus. It was a joke. Well, I'm gonna get. He only played like 1 season there, 2 seasons. He got traded. He got traded for. I forget who he got traded for. But either way, Scotty Hartnell's gone out of the league. Hey, I don't. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him there. All right. Who else retired? We have
Radim Vibrata.
Yeah.
Ex-Hawk.
Yes.
Verbata. I know him best for his time with Florida.
Okay.
He played 1 season there. I think he only played 60 games in Florida.
Wow.
I remember him best there. I always think of Vibrata in the NHL games because he would always have like a low rating, but if you put him on your team, he'd get you like 70 points every season. It was just like he'd just score you points if you play him on like the first or second line. Him and Brad Boyes. Him and Brad Boyes would always score.
Boys.
There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
He'd always score so many points. And our New York Islander legend, Brad Boyes. So
I remember Verbata, of course, from his time as a Hawk, and didn't really do much of anything with the Hawks.
In the dark times.
But I remember him going to the Coyotes and always scoring when he made his return to the United Center.
He was salty for some reason. He was salty that you could just let him go. All right. Big trade here. Connor Carrick was acquired by the Dallas Stars in a trade with the Toronto Maple Leafs for a conditional 7th round pick.
That's a big trade.
Fun fact for you: Connor Carrick is from my hometown of Orland Park.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna say that too. He's from Orland Park. Connor Carrick wasn't gonna make the Leafs. He was waived, and he wasn't waived. I kind of ironic. There was a timeline thing for Connor Carrick. So in July 2016, he gets traded from Washington to the Leafs, and it was like Connor Carrick's inner thoughts. Him saying like, "Oh, cool, I have a spot in this team on the right side. Roman Polak won't take it." The next season, he comes into July of 2017. All right, good. I have a spot in this team. Roman Polak's not going to take it. And then July 2018, Roman Polak's off the team, so he will not be able to take it. And look where he gets traded to Dallas. Word Roman Polak.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Literally, Roman Polak the last 3 years has taken Connor Carrick's spot.
That's terrible.
If you're Connor Carrick, though, and I hope he's not listening right now, but how do you let Roman Polak beat you out for a roster spot?
I don't know. I questioned it all last season.
I mean, Roman Polak to me has been utterly useless for years, and
he's good. You haven't seen March Polak. He's good in the month of March. That's it.
Is that when he really ramps up his taking unnecessary runs at players? And
he skates well in March. You haven't seen Spring Polak. That's what we like to call him in Leafland, Spring Polak. Because as soon as March comes around, he just becomes a different player. Like anytime from like October until February, he's just utter trash. Can't make a pass, but as soon as March comes, he stops dumping it down the ice and just makes these sweet saucer passes. Something happens.
That used to be a St. Louis Blues tradition. First 3 quarters of the season, you're like, all right, maybe this team could be scary. And then the last quarter, they just ramped up their dumb penalties throughout the course of a game, and it would always cost them.
March Polak.
In hilarious ways sometimes.
March Polak. All right. So last week we did our top 10 player or our top 50 players in the league. The NHL revealed their top 10. We're gonna, we can go on break after this. So we will talk about our top 50 players top 10 NHL players right after this.
You are listening to the Bagskate.
Aaron Woodley defends the UFC welterweight title against Darren Till at UFC 228. Will the Brit come out victorious and bring the title back to Liverpool, or will the chosen one retain his title in only his 4th title defense in 2 years? Also featuring UFC Women's Flyweight Champion Nico Montano defending her title for the first time against Bullet Valentina Shevchenko. Join us at Green Street Local for the official UFC 228 Fight Leader Report remote podcast. Say what now?
Last time on the K-Trade Show.
What do you think was on JR's mind? And he knew what the question meant.
Oh, yeah.
He knew what the question meant. I can read his mind. You sitting up there with Charlie Brown's shorts on and a suit.
Listen to Kevin Trigoni and my new partner.
Is heavyweight champion of the world. You know who I am is Robert Reflex.
On the K-Trade Show every Monday night from 7 to 9 only on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Next time on the warning track. October is right around the corner.
Travis Wood with a home run to left.
The Cubs seem to be pulling away in the Central.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
What can they do to ensure a third straight division title?
There, he's got it. And the Cubs win the Central Division.
For all the latest breaking Cubs and MLB news, check out the warning track with James Six III, Tuesdays from 10 to noon on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
I got started at IMS here as an instructor a couple years back after I had heard a couple of people I worked with were also instructors here. I'm always here if you need help with developing what you're passionate about. And that's what most people come here for. They have a passion. They want to do something. They want to do radio play-by-play. They want to do sports talk. They want to do updates, whatever it may be. My name is Freddie Hubner. I work at ESPN 1000 as a host and sports anchor, and I am IMS.
Are you taking out of the folder of the warning track? Because this song sounds really familiar.
Maybe, well, no, it was in our Bagskate folder, so maybe we just switched it over.
I took all your music. All right, this is the Backstage. We're back after we were rudely interrupted. All right.
I hope Joe's not listening.
I'm joking. Joe, we like you, kind of. So the NHL dropped their top 50 players. The NHL dropped their number 10 through 1 players. We tried to guess them last week, and we guessed all Blackhawks players, so we were wrong. Kruger is not number 1.
I didn't.
Kruger's not number 1. All right,
how is he not number 1?
I know. All right, number 10, Austin Matthews was number 10 player in the world. Number 9, Taylor Hall. Not a big surprise. Number 8, Erik Karlsson. Number 7, Drew Doughty. Good for him. 7th best player in the world. Number 6, Victor Hedman. Number 5, Big O, Alex Ovechkin. I'm probably the only person that calls him Big O.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
I haven't either.
It's the Big O. All right. Number 4, we have Evgeny Malkin. Number 3, Nikita Kucherov. Number 2, Sidney Crosby. And now dethroned Sidney Crosby to the number 1 best player in the world, Roman Turek.
Oh, man, there's a name.
Number 1, Connor McDavid. You know who Roman Turek is?
No.
He's an old goalie.
He's the old goalie. Plays for the Blues, right?
Goalie, he was
a righty, I believe.
I don't know why I know Roman Turek's name. But there you go. Connor McDavid.
He was the rare right-hand shot for a goalie. Well, for really a hockey player, but especially for a goalie.
He's such a stud. All right, well, there's top 10.
Interesting.
We were going to discuss other things. We will.
Not really surprising.
Yeah, not a big surprise. All right, well, you know what? Our live broadcast here will come to an end here. We're going to be doing a YouTube video about our our trophies. Hope you like this show.
Yeah, they're doing some
maintenance on
station
the
maintenance
station.
apparently,
So
that they
they just forgot to tell anybody, put a sign up and tell anybody, and just kind of come in and tell us that they got to end real quick. I mean, we still have like 15 minutes. Is there anything you guys want to say really quick?
Well, we were talking about this a little bit before the show. Nico and I were actually very exciting news for Blackhawks fans.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
We could talk about this on the other thing.
I was selected as an alternate to make the team.
Oh, God.
I'm a emergency backup goaltender.
Oh, you're replacing Scott Foster, huh?
Yeah, those are tough shoes to fill.
Yeah, he retired.
I would too. I mean, TD Ameritrade is the way to go.
I know it's super old news, but realistically, man, like, how could you, you just step onto the NHL ice, you save some bucks,
dude?
That's it.
It's
legend.
It's funny, like the music we came back with the AC/DC song, and his mask was AC/DC. He had an AC/DC mask. Like, dude, that's pretty killer.
Yeah, that's perfect tie-in, I guess.
Let's see.
See, we're learning over here.
We love Scott Foster here in Chicago.
Hold on. We have some breaking news here.
John Tavares is out with a torn ACL.
No, this is perfect. This is perfect for a show. So, Vancouver Canucks GM Jim Benning says that the Seattle NHL expansion is eventually going to happen. I think
that doesn't sound like Jim Benning.
You're right.
About that, about that Seattle expansion thingy, we're taking players, and our players are taken. I think it's going to happen.
Okay. Well, I mean,
they're taking our players. It's imminent.
Everyone pretty much knew it was going to happen. So
I just want to let you know I think it's imminent
because I'm Jim Benning and I tell everything because I'm Jim Benning.
Thank you. All right. Wow.
All right. Well, this has been the Backstage. Sorry if your ears are bleeding. We're gonna add some more. This has been the weird show. We're gonna add some more stuff on our YouTube. So if you watch this, sorry if you think it's trash. The show today, our whole thing. Well, I didn't record.
It's a little bit off the rails.
Yeah, I mean,
it was still fun, boys.
It happens.
Yeah,
it was fun.
We're gonna do another YouTube video in a second. So stay tuned for our trophy predictions.
Discussion.
This has been the Bagscape. I'm Nico from TO.
I'm Matt Melissa.
And I'm James Six the Third.
All right. As they say in some old movies, we hate you, but we love you. We'll see you in New York.
We love you. Have a good week, everyone.
Stay classy, San Diego. Next time on the warning track, October is right around the corner.
Travis Wood with a home run to left.
The Cubs seem to be pulling away in the Central.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
What can they do to ensure a third straight division title?
There, he's got it. And the Cubs win the Central Division.
For all the latest breaking Cubs and MLB news, check out the warning track with James Six the Third, Tuesdays from 10 to noon on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com.
Hey, sports fans, Paulie C here, and this is a recap of what you missed last week on the Fans Corner. It's been literally the king of Eastern Conference for almost a decade, and
the
now
only reason to watch the